Vinyl community, hello, Bruno in Brittany, in France. As you may know, we are in lockdown now, and so we can't buy records, used records, in stores because they are all closed. I can buy records, of course, online, which I don't do so often because I like to look for records and just to see if the next one will be the one that I'm looking for. This is it. And so I decided not to stop my vinyl finds videos and to just to mix new records and recent listens, because it could make me show records I've got in the collection and that I didn't show or share lately. So let's go. The new records that came in the collection in recent days. The first one is Le Grand Jazz. Until now I had this one, Le Grand Jazz, and yes, at last I get this one. So this is the Impex ratio, which is sounding so good. Yeah, it's an audiophile pressing from 2017. I don't understand prices for vinyl, because if I want to get this one in France, it could cost me, I can say, around 60 euros for the record and for the shipping. I ordered it in my local store. They said they could get it, but it was, I don't know, 2 years ago maybe, and the record didn't came. So for me it was done. I couldn't get it. So I bought this cheap one, 10 euros, and not audiophile at all. And on eBay I paid 35 euros for this one from USA, for the record and the shipping altogether. So if anyone can explain me, yeah, could be useful, because I don't understand. But this is it. It's a new one. It is in perfect condition, so there is no problem. This is what I would like to get. Le Grand Jazz, for who does not know this guy, Michel Legrand, is at the time in the it was in 58. He was a very young guy. He was 26 or 27, and he had made a huge success with Columbia with a record called I Love Paris that nobody would like to do, so they asked him to do it. He was a so good musician, jazz musician, but not only. And he said, yes, I will do it. But they said to him, you will be paid $200, that's all. So they sold 8 million of this specific record. 2 years after, they just asked him, when he came in New York, if you want to make a record, just tell us with who you want to work. And so he he made an answer. Well, Herbie Mann, John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Bill Evans, Paul Chambers, Ben Webster, Hank Jones, and this is this record. With this record, it's like big band jazz, because they are quite musicians there in the sessions, and he just covered music from others, from Monk, around Midnight, Jelly Roll Morton, Louis Armstrong, White Mind Blues, the Jitterbug Waltz, Thomas Waller, John Lewis, Django, etc. Yeah. And Django Reinhardt music as well. Well, so for me it was like a milestone to get this one, and I've got it. It's an Impex reissue from 2017. I listened to this, I think, five times in 10 days. The next one is the Tone Poet, My Point of View, by Herbie Hancock. One of the early Herbie Hancock albums, with this fabulous gatefold and fabulous pictures by Francis Wolff, and I love this. I think that I like all the early Hancock's albums. Yeah, My Point of View, with Donald Byrd, Graham Moncur III, Hank Mobley, Grant Green. The next one is one of the Tone Poet that is the more funky. It is The Phantom by Duke Pearson, with no gatefold here, and there are 6 tracks, and 4 of them are by the pianist Duke Pearson. Yeah. If you like Tone Poet albums, you need this. It's perfect. Sometimes you can say that there are some Tone Poets looking like similar to other ones, but I think that Duke Pearson here is very specific, like no other. I'm sorry because they are not in good condition, but I love these 2 albums. I think that I paid almost nothing for that. It is original pressings by Django Reinhardt. I think that you say Django Reinhardt, yeah, Django Reinhardt. So it is a compilation, the volume 2 here, and it is it's not in good condition, but the record sounds okay. It is on La Voix de son maître, in English, of course, his master voice, and this could be one of the oldest records I've got in my collection, one of the oldest pressing. So I've got the volume 2, and here in the same condition the volume 4. Django Reinhardt, and fabulous guitar player. And I didn't see the film on his life, but for musician I prefer music. The next one, I listened to this 2 days ago, and I loved it. It is an album from Little Feat called Feats Don't Fail Me Now. I love this cover. This design is perfect. With this car, two people here that could be famous people in USA, yeah, and they are both in the same side of the car, like falling in the cliff, and there is this spark, yeah, and so it is Feats Don't Fail Me Now, Little Feat, and it was in 74. And of course, Little Feat mixed between soul, country, blues. It is a very quiet album, I think, but it is never dull. Yeah, very good. Almost in the same genre. Because I got another album from him, I decided to go for the first solo album he put on the market, and it is the first album by Chuck Prophet. Chuck Prophet, who was a musician who was part of the duo Green on Red. It was a band in the first place, but Green on Red became a duo because there is him and this fabulous singer that were in the band. They were very it was a very rock band, and this guy is more in the Americana folk side of the music. Yeah. I think that this is one of his best album. And we are almost in the same genre, but it is more powerful, more garage. This album, Los Lobos, Tex-Mex music, How Will the Wolf Survive? And it is in 85, I think. 84, Los Lobos. And the last album I want to show is a recent reissue from Serge Gainsbourg, and there is a title, but it doesn't mean anything because it is more. It's a compilation, and it is called Du Chant à la Une. And as you can see, it is a double 10-inch album, and you have here a very famous track. It is on Mercury. You have very famous track in France and in French. There is this track called Le Poinçonneur des Lilas. The guy who had to control tickets in the tube in Paris, in the metro. So this is the album was produced by Alain Goraguer. Alain Goraguer was this musician and producer who made one famous album called La Planète Sauvage. in the 70s, I think. And he is very famous in France because he produced mainstream French singer in France here, in Paris. So you have here the album on 10-inch, and then you have some outtakes of the same tracks, and there is as well a public concert recording in a small theater called Le Théâtre des Trois Baudets, and it was recorded in 58. And of course we know around the world Serge Gainsbourg because of Melody Nelson, this sort of music. And in the 50s, this guy who was a painter in the first place, and he decided to destroy all his paintings, was a singer that was like a jazz vocal singer, yeah. But he was, yeah. This is a very good Serge Gainsbourg album from the first period of his career. So this is it. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see similar videos in the future, well, subscribe, or just you can tell that you like that. There is something here, and please comment. Thank you. Bye.